The Big Trav and Q Show. Just another damn podcast. Now let's go. Go.
That's right. Let's go. It's the Big Trav and Q Show. You know what? I was about to say $2 Tuesday, but it's actually it's Monday. It's Monday.
$2 Tuesday?
No, I was trying to find something good. Like, in DJing, every day of the week kind of got something that they known for. Like you got $2 Tuesday, you got $1 Wednesday, you got Ladies Night, Thursday, and then you got like First Friday, and then but Monday don't have nothing because everybody take it easy on Monday. So Monday really don't have nothing. So just regular.
In Detroit, it used to be Tuesdays at Maxie's, and that used to go hard in the Boulevard. And then we had Dress to Sweat Wednesdays. Crazy. Okay. Those are like classic. And guess what, Trav? Guess what song used to be going hard that me and you love?
What's that?
All I want to zoom. It used to be going. I used to be like, yo.
Yeah. Oh man.
Women we wearing their biker shorts, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I used to be like, yo,
You know what? School Days is on Netflix. So matter of fact, you old school heads, Above the Rim and School Days is on Netflix if y'all want to check them out for your old school. You know what? I'm gonna check out School Days. I haven't seen it in a while, so I need a refresher on School Days. So I'm gonna go check that out.
I did you a favor since you told me about the sequel that they were working on for New Jack City. So okay. I went on and watched the original.
Okay.
And I'm like, Trav, they're gonna have to come up with a hell of a cast. You know what I mean? Because that whole cast, the whole, it's gonna be crazy, man.
I already put it together. I already put it together. I already came
All
up.
right.
Me and my wife was talking about it.
Okay.
You know what? I was like, I said Mashallah Ali. I said they got him to play. They got him in to play Blade for Wesley. So I threw him in Nino Brown. I said he displayed enough grit and hardness in Luke Cage for me to cast him as Nino Brown in the reprise of New Jack City. Okay, Christopher Williams would be Quincy, Albie Shore's son. So I mean, they like twins. I mean, he would walk right. He's already acting. He's already like he was on Star, that show with Queen Latifah on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. He was on Star. He was a regular on Star. So he could play what was it, Kareem? When his name Kareem?
Mm-hmm.
Albie Shore character. Okay, there go Kareem. I thought that maybe I said that Money. I said G Money. I for some reason I wanted I threw what's his name? Columbus Short. I just think
you know what's going on with him right now, man.
What's going on with Columbus?
You ain't seen him in nothing in a while, man.
Well, I follow him on Instagram, man. I think because I'm trying to stay young. I mean, because I could go with the older ones. Like I could have threw Lorenz Tate in the G Money. I think he could pull it off, but but this cast, you got to go younger, man. You got to go younger. I think with the new cast, you got to stay under 35. Rockabye Baby. That girl right there. I think that you could pass. I would like to see. Who could play that part is Keke Palmer. I would cast Keke Palmer in that part. I think Keke Palmer could do that part. I even think, you know what? I'm gonna throw you an oddball. I think that Cash Doll could pull it off too. What you think?
Have you seen her acting? I mean, you got a lot of people, but it's like,
yeah. Well, no.
They have the acting ability.
Well,
they got the looks. But do they have the acting ability?
Let's just go with their personality. And they can work all that. You know what? She didn't have a lot of speaking parts in the original movie. Vanessa Williams. She didn't have a lot of speaking parts anyway. You know, I mean, the only thing we remember is, oh, shut up, Grandpa, and Rockabye Baby. she only had 2 lines in the movie anyway. So Cash Doll don't have to speak a lot on that. So I would, you know what, pull Keke Palmer out. We want somebody a little more ruthless. Let's throw Cash Doll on that bitch. So let's throw Cash Doll. Okay, so we got, who else we got to get? We got to get Radio Raheem, the dude to play Radio Raheem. Oh God, who could play? The dude from M'Baku, Duke Winston from Black Panther. He the new Radio Raheem. And I believe that's their crew. You can throw
who's gonna play Ice-T part?
Ice-T. All right, let's get into Ice-T. Okay, who could play Ice-T? Let's give Ice-T's part to God, man, do we want to do Chris Brown? Chris Brown ain't hard enough. Chris Brown not hard enough to play that.
Chris Brown?
Yeah, I don't think Drake. Let's do Drake. Fuck it. Let's do Drake. Let's throw Drake on there. Let's get Drake Ice-T's part. And fuck it. Michael B. Jordan could play Mario Van Peebles' part. And then, let's do that.
I mean, I commend you for going for star power. You got star power.
Oh yeah.
Delivery and actability. I mean, you still got to equate some of that. You know, we don't know.
Well, you know what?
Honestly, I like you saying Keke Palmer. I like that. Keke Palmer, I think she could pull that part off.
I think so too. But you know what? Honestly, I think the only characters that we gotta get them right is G Money and Nino Brown, and maybe Ice-T, and
maybe to it.
Yeah. I think
who's gonna play the Chris Rock part?
You know what? Just throw somebody in there, man. A DC Young Fly. Come on, man. That was obvious.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, DC Young Fly. Yeah, that's obvious.
Put him in a movie. You put him in a movie that works this time.
Right. Yeah. That actually was a pretty big part. I think you kind of got to get that right too, and I think you do.
Yeah, you were just like,
yeah.
You was just like, just throw somebody. That was an iconic part.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So, but DC Young Fly popping right now, easily. Nobody else can play that part right now. I'm trying to stay with young people. So we got DC Young Fly, Mahershala Ali. We got Columbus Short. We probably can even throw. No, fuck it. Let's pull out Columbus Short. Let's throw Michael B. Jordan and G Money part. Let's fuck it. Let's throw him in there. Let's throw Michael B. Jordan.
You want to see him as a crackhead at the end? You think you can pull off the vulnerability?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, man. Michael B. Jordan is G Money. Mahershala Ali as Nino Brown. DC Young Fly is Chris Rock. I don't remember. What was I forget his character's name. Mookie. Yeah, to play Mookie. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's throw Samuel Jackson back in there as the old man. Fuck it. Let's just throw.
You said he's gonna play the preacher.
Yeah. Fuck it. Just throw him back in there as the preacher, or if you wanna stay, you don't have to stay young with that part because that guy was an old man, and I think fuck it. Though Samuel might break your budget, but all right, throw him in there. If you can't get him, if he's too much for this movie, which I think he might be, because this movie ain't gonna have a, they gave it to the guy from Snow or Atlanta. I forget that guy. They gave it to him. He's writing the script. He's writing the script. So I don't know. But Samuel Jackson, I'm trying to think of somebody else who you could throw in that part, the pastor's part. Maybe Cedric the Entertainer. You probably could throw in that part. Maybe even Anthony Anderson you could throw in that part. And then Nino Brown wife. Nino Brown wife. Let's see. Who would I like to see that? Carrie Hilson. Fuck it. Let's throw Carrie Hilson. Let's throw her in there. Oh, you know what? I got to retract.
You kill people, Nino.
Yeah, I got to retract, man. Let's cast. God, I forget Rockabye Baby part. We gotta pull Kiki out because you know who we said. We gonna pull. You know who we got to throw in there?
Who?
Tiffany Haddish. We gotta get Tiffany that part. What you think?
Again, you going for star power? That budget's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
you got the budget. Back then, those artists was like next to nothing. But you talking about that's like they was talking about The Best Man when they did The Best Man, the first one.
Yeah,
all of them was, relatively inexpensive, right?
Right.
So what they was saying when they went to go do the next one, it was like budget was through the roof, especially with Terrence Howard himself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I just read about him today, man. He was continuing to explain why he was kicked out of the Iron Man movie, but like I said, I'm a Marvel head, and I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we didn't heard all the stories, but it was him. It didn't have nothing. His latest interview, he claimed that Robert Downey Jr. wanted all the money. He said in the original movie, he said that Robert Downey Jr. was, he was like a has-been, and he was popping. He said in the first movie he was paid.
Which is true.
He said he was paid more than Robert Downey Jr. in the first movie,
which was true.
And so when the second movie came around, the first movie was such a success. They was like, listen, man, we didn't lucked up. We didn't hit a home run with Robert Downey, and I think he taking us places. So they offered, basically they flipped the script. They offered Robert Downey what they offered Terrence Howard, and then the story is here go the actual numbers. The actual numbers is this. Robert Downey Jr. was paid $500,000 for Iron Man 1. Terrence Howard was paid $8 million for Iron Man. So, and he had a 3-picture deal. When they went to go do the second movie, they only wanted to pay him $1 million. They wanted to pay Robert Downey $10 million and only wanted to pay him $1 million. And he said the reason was that, listen, we're lowering your salary because basically Robert Downey didn't blew up. We can pull this off with or without you. He said basically they came to him and was like, take the $1 million or we're going to find somebody else. That's what he said. And
now, in hindsight, now that you've seen the completed versions and everything, do you think Don Cheadle was better than Terrence Howard?
No. Don Cheadle is a boring actor to me. And Terrence Howard, he's an exciting actor. He bring more to the role than you asked him to. And but I guess the problem with that is that you're trying to make Robert Downey. You don't want somebody that's going to outshine Robert Downey. But I think if they would have worked it out, I think they could have pulled them both off. I think they could have pulled them both off. I still think Terrence Howard would have pulled off Rhodey way better than.
You think Don Cheadle is a boring actor?
Yeah, I do.
Wow,
he is a boring actor. He's a good actor, but he's not Terrence Howard. I mean, don't you agree? Don't you think? Well, I'm just asking. Don't you?
I don't think he's boring at all.
Okay.
I think there's a different level of superiority when it comes down to their styles. That's just like comparing in the 90s and the 80s rappers. They all were great, but you don't want them to be the same,
right.
you know? And so I would never knock. I love Terrence and I love Donald, because I think maybe because I've grown to love the character in which he's played. So I guess it does Terrence a disservice because we didn't get the chance to see him grow in the Marvel universe like we did Donald. You know what I mean? Like Don. You know what I'm saying? So
this is what I think. I think that both characters work, but I would have rather seen Terrence Howard play Rhodey because he's dynamic. You know, like, okay, let me give an example. And with the movies with Don Cheadle, you don't even know he's in the scenes. Half of the time you don't even know he's in the scenes. But
that could be a good thing, though.
But yes, it is a good thing because with what you're trying to do with the movie, you want Iron Man and Robert Downey. The problem is this: Terrence Howard is a good actor, but Robert Downey owned Iron Man, man. I mean, listen, when that part was made for him. He brung life to Iron Man. When you watch the Iron Man cartoons, he do it better than the damn cartoon, man. I mean, they hardly ever, you get so used to seeing the cartoon that when you see the real life version, you be like, he's not doing it no justice.
But that was also a comeback for him.
Yeah, it was, man. And so it worked.
How many people get an opportunity to get a role like that? A role that's Marvel, and to get a comeback, because his whole history was mirrored, especially in the 90s, of drug addiction. I'm not trying to cast no dispersions, but because people that know him from 2000 on, they only know him as the clean cut. Oh man, Robert Downey's great, blah blah blah. But come on, Trav, me and he was mirrored. He had a whole bunch of stuff that was going on. Now, let's just for conversation's sake, how many black actors will be able to get the opportunity to do what he did?
You know what? I agree with you. I kind of thought that. I don't think that. But at the time, but see, I get Terrence Howard's point of view. At the time, Robert Downey was a washed-up actor. That was the perspective that Terrence Howard was coming from. He was like, this is he didn't. To me, he didn't recognize what Robert Downey brought to the first film. That was the problem I think that Terrence Howard had. Going into the second movie, I think that he thought, honestly, the only problem was they offered him 1/8 of what he paid before. That was the only problem. That was the only issue, man. I mean, and then, okay, they offered him 1/8. So they basically they turn around and give, Robert Downey $10 million. They want to reduce his to $1. Nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work on no level. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work, man. To me, because that's a slap in the face.
Not really. When you think about in hindsight, and I know we can speak because now we've seen how the films have culminated, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying, if they showed him a storyboard to say, "Hey, look, Terrence, this is the story. This is where we're going with this, and look at the residuals and that you're going to be making upon each film moving forward." If you look at it from that standpoint on, I'm just saying in my career, I would have said, man, I'm going to be invested in this story for we ever. I'm going to get so many residuals back, and then I can make so much money down the line. Because look at the bonuses that Robert Downey got from doing that role that he would have probably got. And I heard that they got a whole bunch of bonuses from doing the Avengers last two films. So he would have made that money up.
But at the time, but
I
see,
know
after the fact,
look in hindsight.
Yeah, that's hindsight. That's hindsight. But you don't see that at the time. Here's going into the meeting, going into negotiations for the second film. This is what we got. We
had an idea though if he saw the success of the first film though.
Okay. Well, but what doesn't make sense is that here's the facts going into the second movie. Okay, so you pay me. Forget what Robert Downey made the first movie. Forget what he made first movie. Okay, so you pay me $8 million for the first movie. The first movie is a success, and then in the second movie you want to pay me less. You know, so that don't. He done right, man. He done right. I think
it's hard to argue that, man. When you say that, what I'm saying is you know, I don't see. I don't know what was pitched to Terrence to say, hey, Terrence, we're gonna do 3+ this and tie it into the story arc of what we're gonna do, and we're gonna bring all the other Avengers, and we're gonna culminate with this, you know, with Avengers, with all the story. I don't know if that was pitched to him or not. And sometimes people don't care. They're like, look, man, I want my money now. I don't want to look, you know, 10 years down the line. I get that. But with the success of how things was going, and depending on where he was at with the other films, I probably would have swallowed that and went for that one to be in a franchise. Trav, do you know how hard it is to get in a franchise that's successful like that?
Well, let me say this. Okay, it still don't add up, man. Okay, if they would have came and said, okay, we going into the second, because they made movie. I mean, they you know, film number 1, Iron Man 1 was successful. It was successful. So going into the second movie, okay, obviously what I think happened is they overpaid him in one. So I think they should have just split the difference, man. I think in the second movie, I think they should have split the difference, but I think that Robert Downey's people was like, listen, we made the movie. The movie took off because of the way my actor or the way what I brung to the role. So I think they should have brung all three of them in the room and compromised. Now, okay, I made $8 million the first film. If you would have came to me and was like, listen, man, we want to be more budget conscious in this movie. We want to, you know, because in the second movie, they just brought in, what's his name? I forget the guy. You know, that guy wasn't even that big. It wasn't even no big names in 2. I thought, okay, if they would have came and said this.
You mean they brought Don Cheadle in?
Well, no, but that
to reprise the role.
But that was Terrence Howard money. I'm talking about additionally. They didn't bring in any actors like big name. They brought in
no, they brought in Scarlett Johansson. She came in.
They did, but at the time she wasn't a big name. She wasn't. I mean, she probably got like $2 million for that movie. So okay, if they would have came in and said this, all right, let's do this. All right, we wanna bring in some more names, some bigger names, Terrence. You know, we can't pay you what we paid you the first time. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, okay, let's do you 6. Okay, you made 8 the first movie. I tell you what, let's do you 6, and let's tie you in some royalties on the back end on the success of the movie. Now that would have been fair, but to go from 8 to 1, no, that doesn't make sense. Forget what Robert Downey done. Forget what he's getting. Hollywood don't work like that, man. You don't pay somebody $8 million. You don't go backwards in Hollywood. You know, you don't go backwards in Hollywood. You know, I mean, it ain't like they was bringing in like this big, huge name. I mean, even Chris Hemsworth, the Iron Man and Captain America. Thor and Captain America actors, they wasn't even big names at the time. So it wasn't no reason if they would have came in and was like, well, we bringing in them 2 guys. Matter of fact, Chris Evans and Thor, they only made $500,000 they first film. So all the actors out of all the actors that came in, except for Samuel Jackson, for all the actors that came in, you know what? They brought in Samuel Jackson in 2. They did. Okay, they had to pay Samuel. They did. They brought in Samuel for that.
Yep.
Okay. And you know he got paid more than everybody. So he probably got 10, 15 for that his damn self. So
they didn't go to Sam and say, "Hey, let's cut your salary."
No, they didn't. So So Terrence done right. You know, what probably happened is they probably wanted to use Don Cheadle in the first place. There was talk that Terrence Howard was difficult. So maybe, you know, that was their strategy to get him off of the movie. I mean, because that's disrespectful. You don't think that's disrespectful to pay me?
How much did Don get to do that?
You know what? I didn't look that up, man. But it probably wasn't. It was probably Don really concerning big movies. Don really wasn't a big name either. You know what I'm saying?
No, but look at what you do. Look at the methodology, what you do. And I know you're going to disagree. I get it. But when you give up something to get something, sometimes it pays off way more in dividends.
Iron Man 2.
Here's a summary from Go Social. Don Cheadle. This was after Howard had already made $3.5 million for Iron Man.
Okay, Terrence Howard only made 3.5 for Iron Man. And they say, okay, I'm just going to read you what I just searched was Don Cheadle's salary for Iron Man 2. I'm just going to read what they gave me. It says Don Cheadle. It says this was after Terrence Howard had already made $3.5 million for Iron Man. That was $3 million more than Robert Downey Jr. made for the first film. Robert Downey Jr. had made $500,000, and his contract stipulated the pay would increase by a cool $4.5 million for the sequel. So Don Cheadle was paid $4.5 million for Iron Man 2. Oh man. Okay. New discussion. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you why, because it wasn't $8 million. So they paid him $3.5 million for the first movie, and then they wanted to pay him $1 million in the second one. It's still disrespectful because it's less than half that they gave him before. So it's still disrespectful. To me, it sounds like he was difficult to work with, and that was they out. That was they out. That was saying that if we got to put up with that same shit again, we ain't paying you $3.5 million. So
it is.
So that was what happened. I think that because Jon Favreau also had said that he was difficult to work with, and two other directors that had directed him, the Hustle and Flow director said he was difficult to work with, and he admitted himself that he's difficult to work with. You know, and he just seemed like the type of actor that, you know, when they direct him on a scene, you know, but I think it's an actor and an actress right to say, I don't think he would do it like that. I think he would do it like this. But it seemed like Terrence Howard would do a lot of that. You know, they say Tupac done a lot of that, changed up his roles. You know, like they would direct him on how they wanted it done, and then Tupac would come back and be like, nah, a guy like this wouldn't do it like this. He would do it like this.
Yeah, but I hear that on a lot of black films. I hear that a lot of the actors will go back and say, listen, I understand what you want us to say, but in the hood, that's not how we really talk.
Right. I get that.
And in that particular situation, I don't have a problem with that. Now the difficulty becomes, because I hear that difficulty tag get put on people unfairly and unjust a lot. And so now my question to you is, I wonder, does him looking back on the franchise now, I wonder, does he regret not reprising his role?
Well, I'm pretty sure after he's seen what it became, I'm pretty sure it's a regret, you know, but then, you know, we need to know, okay, this is what we need for that. This is what we need to find out to really accurately respond to that. This is what we need to find out. We need to find out we need to find out how much money was Don Cheadle paid for the rest of the roles in the MCU, and then we need to find out how much money was Terrence Howard paid for Empire, because when Iron Man went down, you know, he picked up Empire, and then he done Empire for what, 6 seasons?
No, come on now. That was a large gap. You missing a whole bunch of gaps.
Well, no, I'm just saying to answer if he really regretted or if we think it's a regret. I think we need to find out what Don Cheadle was paid, you know, since he started in the MCU, and what Terrence Howard got. But you seem to think that it wasn't what Don Cheadle was paid, right?
If you're saying that at the time Terrence Howard was a bigger name than Don Cheadle, then how could his people argue more money? He probably got $500,000 like everybody else.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to find out how much Terrence Howard. I mean, to get our point of view on if we think that he would have been better off, he should have just sucked it up and stayed with the MCU. I think we need to know how much he made with Empire, as opposed to what Don Cheadle made, you know, for staying with the MCU versus what he made with the MCU. So I think we need to. I'll look into it. But yeah, you know, like I said, but to answer your question, you know, just me to you, I'm pretty sure it's some regret, because I mean, they went on. I mean, when you are part of two of the biggest movies ever, you know, that's big time. That's big time, man. And you know what? Zoe Saldana, people don't know, but Zoe Saldana has been a part of 3. She's been a part of the 3 biggest movies in history. She was in Avatar. She was in Endgame. And she was, hold on. Number 3 is Black Panther. I'm trying to remember if she was in Black Panther. No, she wasn't in Black Panther. But she was in Infinity War, which means she's in 3 of the 4 biggest movies ever. Zoe Saldana. Shout out to her. Zoe Saldana. And you guys probably don't know the name.
I know what her agent's going to be asking for if they want her in the film.
Oh yeah. She, you know what? But you know, everybody, you know, Zoe Saldana. We know who she is. God, I got to find a way to get a picture on the show in the middle of the show. Let me see here. How can I do that? I don't know if I can do it. You know what? I don't know if I can do. I don't know if I can come out of our software. I don't want to try it. I got a feeling if I come out of this software that it ain't gonna happen. Anyway, I'm not gonna try that. Anyway, we'll find that out. We'll find that out. But okay, just to recap, I think that Terrence Howard is a better actor than Don Cheadle. I think that Don Cheadle, he's a good actor, but compared to Terrence Howard, he's boring. I think that Terrence Howard played a better roadie than Cheadle did. Cheadle was just boring in the role. And I just think that Terrence Howard brings a little bit more personality to Rhodey. And but concerning the major characters in the MCU, the Rhodey character isn't that important. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of can. They was right. You know, you kind of can just cast anybody in there. That person that plays Rhodey doesn't have to be a great actor. You know, they don't have a lot of lines. You know, I think the biggest part Rhodey had was in Iron Man 2. He was in Iron Man 2. You know, Iron Man 2, because they had the big showdown at the end, and then they got into a fight, and that was when Samuel Jackson said, "You're Iron Man." So he said they stole my suit. So he said, so you're Iron Man, and you let a dude come in your house and take your suit and just fly away. You know, you remember that scene?
Yeah, I do.
He said, but you're Iron Man. He said, you're going to
instigate.
Yeah,
straight instigate.
Yeah, he said, you're going to come in, and he said, you're Iron Man, and you let a guy come in your house and just fly off with your suit. That was hilarious. And so yeah, that was Samuel's just awesome, man. I love Samuel Jackson, man. But anyway, so
do you think Iron Man 2 was better than Iron Man 1?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because, let's go back. That
doesn't bode well for Terrence Howard.
No.
His argument.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. Iron Man 1, it just dealt with a regular guy. It just wasn't, Terrence Howard, we seen the making of the suit. We seen the evolution. It was cool to see the evolution. But he fought a dude in another Iron Man suit, so it just really wasn't that cool. And then, so in 2, it was just a little bit more going on. Samuel entered the picture. Scarlett entered the picture. Cheeto took over.
A lot of the first movies are always setup films. We know that.
That's fine. I'm just answering your question. And I'm getting to the point because I remember that Incredible Hulk. The Hawk movie with Banner, with Eric Bana, where the dogs. That I hated that fucking movie. I'm like, you got the strongest dude in the world. You got the strongest dude in the galaxy, in the universe, and you got him fighting dogs. You got him fighting gamma dogs. I'm like, man, they wasn't part of that Hawk movie. Wasn't part of the MCU yet. So
I love the Hulk too. I don't know why we can't get another Hulk film. I heard
we are. They got full rights to him now. They had limited rights on him, but now they got full rights on him. That just hit the news probably about a month ago that they only had limited usage of him. So they could only show him so much. They had all these guidelines on the Hawk. That was why, and then in that article also revealed why they didn't let Hawk get Thanos back, because they didn't want, I guess Sony was still getting a percentage, and so the percentage of the Hawk they was getting was dependent on how big an impact he had in the movie. So
same thing with Spider-Man.
Yeah. So with the limited usage, if they had let Hawk get Thanos back, they would have had to, Sony wanted more money. They wanted more money. They would have wanted more money because they said they talked about it. But they said if they do that, the direction they wanted to go, if Hawk would have got Thanos back, the movie would have went in another direction. It would have made Hawk the star of the movie, and they probably would have came off at least 60% of the split on the Hawk usage or some shit like that. I remember reading that. So, which is still fucked up to me because I wanted Hawk.
I was just about to ask you because I remember how you called me and you was livid about that.
I told you before it came out. I told you. I said, I remember telling you, if they don't let the Hawk get Thanos back, man, I'll be so it's gonna be a horrible movie. But no, it still was awesome, man. Best movie ever. It just took over my number one spot. Endgame just took over my number one spot, man. It was.
What about Infinity War?
Well, my favorite movie before Endgame, my favorite movie was Avengers 1. Avengers 1 just blew my mind, man. It was just like, it just blew my mind. Avengers 1 was just so dope, man. I'm like, the Thor and the Hawk battle on the helicarrier. I mean, it was just so dope. Loki. I remember the scene when Captain America went to go fight Loki, and then Scarlet came with the Quinjet, and then Iron Man just showed up playing Back in Black. And I was like, yo, that was so dope. He was like, you miss me? And they was just playing back. He was blasting Back in Black out of the Iron Man suit. And then he just came down, blasted Loki, and was like, and then they take Loki and they flying away, and then Thor comes in, takes Loki, and then Iron Man and Thor get in a fight. Just so dope, man. So, and even Civil War was dope too.
I was just about to say
Civil War was so dope, man.
But a lot of people don't talk about it, and then they said they were mad because they didn't really stick to what the comic book of Civil War was all about. To put it on, they said Civil War could have been 3 films itself.
Let me say this about Civil War. Civil War probably could be my number 1 too. Civil War is the movie when you think about a movie being made out of a comic book. That's Civil War, man. You got giant dudes. You got giant dudes fighting. You got Black Panther coming on the scene. You got superheroes running faster than cars. I mean, it was just so dope. And then you got what we used to see remember in the comic book when they used to do DC against Marvel and they come together, and fight one-on-one. That's what that's what you got in Civil War. That was so dope. That was so dope. That's what we talk. That's what the comic book is all about. A team movie with everybody pairing off fighting somebody, man. That's what the comic book is all about, man. And so that was dope, man. Civil War. When Black Panther came on the scene, that was one of the dopest scenes ever, man. You seen his shadow. And then he just jumped down. He tackled he tackled what's the guy with the Winter Soldier. He tackled Winter Soldier, man. And then the helicopter shot at him and he just looked up. His claws came out. And it was just that sequence was just so dope, man. And then at the end of the movie, when he just fighting one-on-one at the airport with everybody, man, it was just so dope, man. He was like, I didn't kill your father. He was like, I don't care. Yeah. And then his claws just came out. Oh.
But they made Winter Soldier, Captain America Winter Soldier, they made the Winter Soldier so strong, so formidable in that movie. But yet when he came to the next movie, he kind of was diluted a little bit.
Well, because when you bring him on the scene with the other heroes and villains, he don't match up. I mean, he's useless. Because you can kill him. You can kill him with the only thing he got is his arm. And so he only shine in arm-to-arm combat, man. I mean, shit. Iron Man could kill him with a blast. Captain America probably could kill him with a punch. Black Panther probably could put his hands through his heart.
No, he was getting with Captain America.
Yeah, he was. But see, that's hand-to-hand combat, man. But you bring him in the overall scope of things. He's just not. I mean, the arm looks sweet. Don't get me wrong. The arm looks sweet, but it stops right there, man. It stops right there. And kind of the same thing with Captain America.
And then Black Widow, she was scared of him in the first one. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like he was doing too much. And then for him to be diluted down, that's the part I was like, wow, okay. Because he was so formidable in the Winter Soldier. I was like, man, this guy is, man. He's out cold.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Yeah, like I said, he was initially he had a wow factor, but in Civil War, he get exposed in Civil War. He got exposed, and then after that, it just ain't no coming back from that, man. You gotta come with something else with him. He got the same. It looks like he got the same abilities as Captain America. And then he got the. I don't even know. Is the iron Uranium? Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if his arm was uranium or whatever. I am saying that right. That comes out of Wakanda. Is it uranium?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Black Panther's name, his claws, his arm, and obviously we know the shield. All of those are made by the same alloy.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Enough to talk about the characters on my table. Okay. Let's move on to the Ludacris and Nelly battle.
Because we know you don't have him on there. So
have who?
The Winter Soldier.
I do. I got Winter Soldier. You want to sing? He's on another table.
I was being facetious.
He didn't make the cut. He didn't make the cut for the table. I can only have so many on the table, and he didn't make the cut. Actually, on the other table across the studio, let me see. I moved regular Thor. I'm gonna call him regular Thor because he don't. I'm waiting on my Thor to come in. He got his cape on, his hammer, and all that good stuff. So I got regular Thor. I got Winter Soldier. I got Black Widow. I got Yondu. Yondu was the dude with the mohawk and Guardians of the Galaxy. I got Yondu over there, and then I got two Star-Lords. So I got the lesser of the Star-Lords over on the other table. So, but anyway,
all that don't matter unless you got Blade. All that don't matter unless you got Blade.
Blade asking kick rocks right now.
There you go.
Anyway,
let's get it off. Let's set it off about Luda and Nelly.
Did you see all of it?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched incrementals of it.
Yeah, let me say this, man. First of all, it was the best one. It was the best one next to T-Pain and Lil Jon. It was the best one. Nelly was so turned up, man. It was like Nelly was waiting for this. Yeah. Nelly was so turned up, man. Now, going into it, it was what I thought. Going into it, I thought they was, without even looking up numbers and stuff like that, I thought they was pretty evenly matched. I didn't think nobody would blow anybody out of the water. But once I sat down, I was so turned up, man. I got out my white bottle Bel Air. I was so turned up. What I done was I took my cell phone and I plugged it up to my stereo, and so everything they played I had like in surround sound in the studio here, in the lounge of the studio, and so everything was banging. I had everything banging. And I was watching it on my phone. I had like I told you, I had my little sippy, my little Bel Air White. I was sipping on that, and I was just so turned up, man. And then,
I just didn't do a good job of promoting that one like they did the other ones.
I didn't think they had to, man, because it was Luda and Nelly. I didn't think they had to. And what they got to do?
Well,
they still,
the numbers resulted in that because they didn't have the numbers like the other ones did. I mean,
the highest number I seen was like 450, which was cool. 450 was cool.
I guess.
Yeah, they had 450. Swiss, I don't know who keeping track of impressions, man. But Swiss, man.
I know.
Swiss, man, cut it out with the billion impressions, dog. Please cut it out with that bullshit. Anyway. It was. Let me say this.
So we're gonna start keeping impressions on how many people leave a message on ours.
Matter of fact, you know what? This is the last time that we mention impressions on this show.
Okay.
That don't even count because like I said last time, I can do 100. I can do 100 impressions my damn self. Right. But anyway, the highest.
You say, Chuck?
The highest number I seen on the screen was in the 450 range. 450.
Okay.
Which is still good. I mean, if you do half a million is good.
Okay.
Like I said, it was so dope, man. I was like so dope, and my favorite part was when Nelly played EI and he broke out his diamond trophy. just fucked Luda up. He just fucked Luda up, dog. That was kind of disrespectful. You know, that was flexing. He flexed on his ass. But Nelly was flexing the whole night. Luda was like low key. Luda was low key the whole night because overall Luda does have a more extensive catalog than Nelly.
Of course.
And so going in, I thought that Luda had the edge anyway. Of course. And so and that's what ended up happening. And I think that's why Luda was so reserved, because Luda knew he already had won. He knew he was battling somebody that couldn't match up with him.
Well, Nelly kept saying that. Remember, he kept saying it. He said, "Man, you showed you got me on the ropes on this one, but let me come back with this one."
Yeah,
so, you know.
And so yeah, Nelly found himself in Teddy Riley mode, because remember, going into that battle, everybody was telling Teddy Riley that you're gonna get killed, but to me, Teddy ended up winning. And but Nelly just could only go so far. I think really after EI, you know. But you know, a song of Nelly's that people don't talk about is "Na Na 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 Na" with Jazzy Faye. What?
Yeah,
that is so hard, man. Man, I love to play that.
People penalized him for playing songs that he wasn't. You know, it's like every artist in these verses, they're playing songs that people are not familiar with, and they like.
Yeah.
And he did the same thing.
Yeah, Nelly done that a couple times, you know. But the thing was, they were big songs. They was big songs, Billboard wise and numbers wise. They were big songs, but they wasn't popular. They wasn't like popping like in the clubs, and they wasn't bangers, because when we honestly, even though this is a battle, when we watch them, we want fire. We want your fire tracks. We don't
see. Yeah, that is what I be talking about. I make that argument all the time. It's like, you can have these charting songs. I get it. Them the songs that's making you the money. Nobody should knock that. But in the hood, in the song, in the clubs, and when you rocking your cars, it's certain songs that people rock with. And I try to make that argument all the time.
And you know what? After I got off, after it was over with, I just went through for my own enjoyment and just played Nelly and Ludacris tracks, and I was just rocking out. I forgot the songs. Ludacris got a song called "Blow It," and he just be like, you know, blah 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 blah. Well, blow it out your ass. I love that song, man.
Oh yeah, I know that song. Yeah, I know.
It's called "Blow It." He be like something. Then blow it out your ass.
Out your ass.
Yeah.
Because remember, Luda he said, I don't know if it's a time limit or not, but I can give you 20. I can give you another good 10 to 20 more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Luda wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. He had there was still some songs on the table.
No, it was, man. Like Pussy Poppin'. Head bounce, pussy popping. Oh, one of my favorite songs, man. Oh,
he didn't play that one.
Yeah, man. I meant.
You think Nelly left some songs on the table?
No. Nelly had everything. Nelly had everything he could put out.
Well, he didn't play his country songs.
Yeah, he didn't. He could have played Cruise, but I think he was smart. I mean, you know what? They were because we got other stuff to talk about. Because did you stay on Instagram? Did you when they went off? Did you go on Swiss Beats page? Did you see his interviews that he done after the show?
No.
Okay, I'm about to get into that. All right. Okay. So just to kind of put a cap on Luda and Nelly, Ludacris won. You know, they listen. They call it
so manufactured.
They can call it a celebration, but Timberland be saying this too. Timberland was like, man, forget all that celebrate. He said, listen, man. You know, Timberland admitted, listen, you know what? Timberland said, we'll call it a celebration to get you to do it, but ultimately, regardless of how we do this, it's still people still gonna judge y'all. Listen, we can call it a celebration if that'll make you feel better. You know, if that'll make you feel like you ain't gonna get beat up or lose, let's call it a celebration. But,
okay, Let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
The only ones, everyone except for Jill and Erica felt like a battle.
Yeah,
Erica
I agree.
and Jill didn't feel like a battle.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
That one truly felt like a celebration.
It did.
That's the only one. But everybody else felt like a battle to me.
And I was fine with that. Now,
yeah.
Okay. So just getting that out of the way, Ludacris brung the fire on that. And Nelly, and just to wrap it up, Nelly was
doing too much.
He was doing too
Nelly
much.
Was
man.
eating pizza.
He was sweating. He was sweating up a storm, dog. He was just. And his Wi-Fi kept messing up, and his sound kept messing up. Only because he was just doing too much, man. If he just would have, Luda just was so low key, like, dog, I got you. I ain't even worried. And so
right.
Luda in his camp prepared. You can tell they. He
was like, he said, "I'm gonna play a song. You ain't got to count this." And that shit was fire. I said, "Look at him."
Yeah.
I said, "Wow, man." Yeah, man. But
and they both, just to let everybody know, they both got 4 Grammys. They both got several nominations.
I thought Nelly got 5 and Luda got 4.
Yeah, about the same.
Okay.
So. Numerous nominations, so for the most part, Luda didn't blow him out of the water, but I just thought that for the sake of the battle, Ludacris was better, so just to wrap that up. Okay, now I caught Swiss Beats after the Luda Nelly battle. Okay. And so when I went on to it, he was like, Snoop Dogg, he was saying, Snoop Dogg, where you? He was trying to go live with Snoop Dogg. He was like, Snoop Dogg is saying that he want to battle Jay-Z. Snoop Dogg is calling out Jay-Z. And he was like, so he said that, and so he brung Snoop on. He brung Snoop on, and Snoop was like, yeah, you know what? He said, I want Jay-Z, man. So Swift says, well, he said, Hove is busy, man. He said, you know what? He said, I don't think Hove is going to do this. So he said, Snoop, he said, if you can't get Jay-Z, he said, who do you think, you want to celebrate with? He said, Busta Rhymes. So before I go even further, I'm going to ask you what you think about that matchup. I wouldn't have put them together. I don't think it'd be a good battle. I think Snoop is.
What was his reasons for Busta calling saying Busta Rhymes?
Well,
it sounded like he had that in the trigger already.
Yeah, I believe he did. He said that he just thought that he said he was a fan of him. He said he been holding it down for years. And he said he respected him. He said he's always been one of his favorites. He said he would love, Snoop put it this way, he said, I would love to celebrate with Busta Rhymes. So people are commenting while they're talking. And he said, Snoop, he said, I'm just going to read. He said, listen, I'm going to throw this next one at you. He said, somebody just commented this. No, Usher said it. Usher said, what about Snoop and Ice Cube? So Swiss Beat says, somebody just said, Usher just said Ice Cube. He said, what, you battle Ice Cube? Snoop said, hell no. He said, that's my OG, man. He was like, nah. He said, that's my OG. He said, I wouldn't battle my OG. He said, Ice Cube is bigger than me, He said, no. He said, I wouldn't want to do it. He said, Ice Cube need to battle LL. And then Swiss Beats went, whoa. He said, what did you just say? He said, I think that Ice Cube should battle LL. Swiss says, damn, I never even thought about that one. And to me, I was like, me and Darnell already talked. Didn't we already talk about that?
Yeah, I was about to say.
We already talked about that. We are.
See,
Swiss said it didn't even enter his mind.
Hold on, Trav.
Yo,
that's why you need to come and listen to the Big Trav and Q show, because we be ahead of the game, baby. That's right.
So
go ahead.
So then Swiss started being wild. He was like, wow. He said Ice Cube and LL. He was like, damn. He said, it don't get bigger than that. He said, that's Teddy Riley, Babyface level all over again. And he was like, So that fucked him up. So that was on his mind. So Busta Rhymes was trying to get in. So Swiss was like, he said, before we get to the Ice Cube LL, he said, let's bring in, he said, yo, Snoop, he said, I'm gonna let you go. He said, I'm gonna bring in Buster and see how Buster feel about battling you. And so he brought in Buster, and he said, Buster, he said, Snoop Dogg wanna battle you. And he was like, he said, but everybody trying to put, he said that everybody want a girl and a guy battle. He said, but everybody is calling for you versus Missy Elliott. So he said, let's break this down. He said, how do you feel about battling Missy Elliott? He was like, you know what? He said, that's my sister. He said, that's my twin. He said, I get why people want to see us battle because we characters and we got great videos. He said, I don't have no problem battling Missy. He said, I ain't got no problem. He said, I'll battle my sister. He said, I would rather not. He said, but you know what? But if Missy want to smoke, he said, I'll do it. So he said concerning Snoop Dogg, he was like, he said, I'll do Snoop. He said he thought that Snoop was probably, a bigger match for him, but he said he would do it. He said he'd do it. And then he said, I ain't got nothing but love for Snoop. He was like, I always looked up to him. I always wanted to work with him. He said he always been one of my favorites. I said, so, and then he talked about everything Snoop had. He said, man, he said, I don't know if I got enough to battle Snoop. He said Snoop was.
I don't think Busta got enough.
Yeah, he said, and he admitted it. That's what I loved about it. He admitted. He said Snoop got all the Dr. Dre shit. He said, then he went to Master P. He said, then he got the soundtracks. Then he went to Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? They said he do the football leagues. He done a gospel album. He said, I just don't think. He said, I'll take the smoke. He said, I'll take the smoke. He said, I'll do it. He said, I'll battle him. He said, but but I just think, he said, I'll celebrate with him. He said, but I don't think I got enough. So he goes, what
did Snoop say? Did Snoop reply?
No, Swiss had already talked to Snoop. Snoop called.
Oh, I thought he had them. I thought he had them both on the line.
No. You can't have two people on the line on Instagram. So he let Snoop go. So Snoop called Buster out, but he said he would do it. So both of them said they was do it. So they working on. So right now they're working on Snoop and Buster, but Swiss is kind of hesitant. He think that Snoop should have somebody bigger, but they're gonna work on that one because he said the West Coast hasn't participated in the Verzuz battle yet, so he trying to get the West Coast going. So he let him go. He said, man, let me get Tim back on. Well, first of all, he asked Buster about Snoop. He said, what he asked, he said, what do you think about Snoop and LL? And Buster Rhymes was like, yo, he said, that'll be epic. He said, that'll be epic. And then he told an Ice Cube story about when he left NWA. He said, check this out. He said, when Ice Cube left NWA, he came over, to New York, Staten Island. He hooked up with, Sadler and the Bomb Squad. He said this was when we was trying to get started. He said the studio that Ice Cube recorded America's Most in, he said that was the studio that we was going to. He said we started working on our album. He said, but when Ice Cube came over to the East Coast to do his album, he said they kicked him out of the studio. He said we loved Ice Cube, man. He said every day Ice Cube was at the studio, he said we sat outside waiting to talk to him, waiting to see if they would let us in. He said Cube sessions went all day. He said they never got to use the studio until Cube was done. But he said, but they had hung out with him. He said, man, he said Ice Cube showed them love. He said he hung out with them for like a month, man. And he was like, so he talked about how epic it would be. So he was like, all right, Buster. He said, listen, man. He said, we're going to continue to work on the Missy one. We're going to continue to work on the Snoop one. And then Timberland came back on. He got Timberland back on. He said, Tim, he said, Snoop Dogg says LL and Ice Cube. And so Tim was like, whoa. And he was like, he told Tim, he said, Tim was like, Ice Cube is on right now for the first time. So Swiss said, Tim, he said, go get Ice Cube. He said, I'm going to go get LL. He said, LL is on. So he went and got LL. He brung LL on. He brung LL on the interview. And so before he pitched Ice Cube to him, he said, L, who you see you battling? And L was like, Jay-Z. He said, Ice Cube LL had already said Jay-Z in the past. So LL was like, you already know who I want, and they didn't say his name. So he was like, that's who I want. And so he goes, L.
Ooh,
he said
LL and Jay-Z, that would be.
Yeah. And so
that would be bananas.
That's who LL want. So Swiss Beats is like, okay, you know what? He said that might not happen because they don't get along anyway. LL and Jay-Z don't get along. So
yeah, I already know.
So Swiss is like, he said that probably won't happen. He said, but what about Ice Cube? And he was like, wow. He was like, he said, I can do Ice Cube. He said, I think Ice Cube got enough. He said, Ice Cube got enough. He was like, yeah, he was like, LL. Yeah, he was like, he said, I'm a little older. Well, he said I was out probably about, maybe 6-7 years before. He said, I'm from 84. And he said, Cube didn't come out to like 88. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I got 2 albums on Cube, And so he was like, I'll do it. He said, he said, that's pretty big, And so, but
I love LL.
But man, before LL even got there, he said, well, besides Hove, oh no. Somebody in the comments, he said, somebody in the comments said Will Smith. So Swiss come on and go, he said, LL, he said, what about Will Smith? LL was like, he was like, I don't know. He said, he was political because him and Will is good friends. So he got political on him. He was like, he said, you know what? He said, I can see how people would think that would be a good matchup because we both big celebrities outside of hip hop. He said, but I just don't think that, he said, I don't think Will got 20. He said, I don't think Will got 20 to go with me. He said, I love Will. He said, I love him. He said, he got hits, but he said, I just don't think that he got enough. I said, he got some bangers, he said, but man, he said, people love me for different reasons, man. He said, people love me for Mama Said Knock You Out. He said, people love me for Lounging. He said, people love me for the love songs, he said, people love me for the J-Lo stuff. He said, man, and he was talking about all the different types and styles that he done and what different people love him for. And he was like, he said, man, I'm going to say this to you. He said, whoever I battle, he said, first of all, I want to do it. He said, I want to do it. He said, I ain't going to trip and like I don't want to do it. He said, I want to do it. He said, but I'm not battling nobody that ain't got enough to bring to the table. He said, it got to be a mogul. He said, it got to be a mogul. So Swiss Beats says, would you battle Dr. Dre? And LL said, no. He was like, no. He was like, no, man. He said, he's a producer. He said, he's a producer. He said, no. He said, no. He said, now that's one person. He said, if I battle, he said, how would you do it? He said, would you tell Dre that he can only do the songs that he rapped on? And he said, no, it don't work like that. He said, no. He said, no, I can't battle Dre. He said, I don't have enough for Dre. He said, because if he bring in everything he's produced, he said, I don't have enough. So Swiss was like, he said, L, it only take 20. He said, nah, I wouldn't. He said, I wouldn't even battle Dr. Dre. He said, nah, I wouldn't battle. He said, mainly because he's a producer and then I'm an artist. And he was like, well, Dre is an artist. And he said, well, if he can only do what he rapped on, he said, yeah, that would work. He said, but nah, I wouldn't want to do Dre. He said, I wouldn't want to change the dynamic of the verses because on the verses, you can play whatever you was on, And he said, nah, he said, I wouldn't do, he bowed out of there. So you got Snoop saying that he wouldn't do Cube. And then you got Busta Rhymes hesitating to do Snoop. And then you got LL saying that he don't want nothing to do with Dr. Dre. And he said,
You think LL or Snoop is a good matchup? They both got a variety of different songs. They both got a lot of.
To me, and I know this is you too. To me, the only people that Ice Cube and LL can battle is each other. I really think that's the only.
But the way that you sounding the way I'm hearing you. LL don't even think Ice Cube can handle him.
No. I didn't get that. No, that ain't what I'm saying. No, he didn't. He wasn't feeling like that. He was like, no, he would do Cube. He said Cube, Cube could. He said he would. He said he would do it. But LL also said that Ice Cube would have to call him out. He said LL said he not calling nobody out. He said whoever I battle gotta call me out. That's what he said. And he said, and when they do call me out, they gotta be worthy. So that was LL final word. So somebody also when Snoop was on the live with Swiss, somebody said DMX and Snoop. What you think about that?
I think that's better than Busta.
You think DMX got enough? DMX ain't got enough for Snoop.
Listen, did you hear my words? I said that's better than Busta. I didn't say that he's got enough. LL, when I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm listening to LL's explanation, he's dead on right. You gotta have at least LL's got 4 decades of it. So it's gotta be somebody. I don't even think Jay-Z, to be honest with you. I don't really think Jay-Z got enough to handle LL.
Yeah, I know. LL got some shit. Shout out to Anthony Yancey. What's up, Yancey? Guapo Lennon. Guapo Lennon is my little cousin from Pittsburgh. Give him and play. Hot. Let me see what y'all think. Okay, we'll do that tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see, Yancey. We'll get your little cousin on. Guap Lennon. I'm gonna check him out. See what he working with. Anyway, shout out to Anthony Yancey. He's the official clothier, of the Big Trav and Q show. He makes our Big Trav and Q show hoodies and shirts. So if you just happen to want a Big Trav and Q t-shirt or hoodie, hit my man Anthony Yancey up and he'll take care of you. I got all the Q clothing waiting in the studio for him to come get them, but it's seeming more and more unlikely that he's gonna make a visit.
Oh, stop it! I'm coming to the studio sooner than you think. But
I got a solution for your ass. I'm gonna get you.
I'm still thinking on what LL said, man. It's like when he preferenced and the way that he was saying mogul wise, it's like you got to look at it like who does have enough. I mean, if you thinking like, Run DMC and them, but come on, they're not gonna go against LL.
Yeah, that's why LL said that the person that like I said, it can only be Ice Cube. It could only be. To me, they the same caliber, they the same level of MC. They status is up there. They actors, they doing the movies. I don't want to see them two battle nobody else, man. And I don't think okay, Ice Cube and Snoop. I don't think that Snoop don't want that to happen.
So in my chat over here, they're asking about what about Master P? Who would we like to see Master P? First of all, I don't think P would do it. And if he did do it, who do you think will match up with P? P's got good songs.
I love Master P, man. See, here's the deal with Master P, man. He don't have enough commercial hits. Listen, I'm familiar. See, the thing is, I don't know about you, but I'm familiar with Master P. I met Master P in my personal collection. I play all his shit. Oh my God, you don't even want to talk about the track Go to War. Oh, you don't want to Go to war with a soldier. No limit. True niggas. Don't get me started, man. Listen, that was an underground, man, I'm telling you. If you was hood, grindy, thug, dope boy, you know what that track is, man. And if he played that during a versus, it would tear the verses down. But the song never charted. Nobody never heard of. You gotta be. You listen. If you like a top 40, if you a mainstream hip hop person, you never heard that song before. And
yo, listen, man. I love Death Around the Corner by Tupac, right? But it never charted. But that doesn't mean that certain people don't know the song either. You know what I mean? But I hear your point. But my point is that you think Master P got enough? You think he got 20 in him?
Well, the thing is, I don't think the masses is familiar. He don't have enough commercial music. You know,
I know he's got 10 in him. I don't know if he's got 20. I know for a fact he's got 10 in him. Maybe 12.
Hold on. He got 10 to me and you, but for the masses, he don't have 10 for the masses. Master P, I'm gonna say, make him say I'm gonna say it wasn't number one. Let's look it up right quick. Commercially, that was his biggest song. Make him say Okay.
You mean Mystical got more than Master P?
Yeah, I believe so. Danger,
wow.
Danger, and Shake It Fast. Oh, those two songs was bigger than anything Master P done. Okay, let me hold on. Let me get some numbers. Let me get some numbers on Make 'em Say. Let me get numbers on Make 'em Say. Okay. Let me get some numbers. Let me do charts. Okay, yeah, even Make 'em Say that was his highest charting song, and it only reached number 16 on the hot billboards. But listen, people, don't get me wrong. Every album Master P was involved with, it went platinum. So Master P got a different dynamic going on, man. I mean, all his shit went platinum. He probably the artist with the most albums and songs that go platinum that didn't make the Billboard chart, man. I mean, he made money. Let me see here.
Oh, he definitely made
money. I'm telling you, all his every album he done went platinum, but it isn't reflected on the Billboard chart. Now, Make 'em Say it was number 6. It was number 6 on the hip hop chart. On the rap singles chart. So he didn't even make number 1 on that chart. But let me go in here. He sold 1 million copies of it. See, there you go. So there you go right there. Make 'em Say the song itself went platinum. Only 16 on the Billboard, only 6 on the rap charts. So he made money. It would depend on who was you know what, for Master P, let me see, who would we put Master P against? Oh God. Cause he don't
I'm gonna defer to you on this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to, because
some people are saying that Drake and Lil Wayne could go up against LL. I'm gonna defer to you on this.
Yeah, you know what, they talked about that. Okay, they asked LL about Drake, but LL said, you know what? He said that no. He said he think he ought to keep it old school. He said let the new guys do the new guys. No, he said LL said no. He said Drake is huge. He said Drake is big enough to, or I'm saying this. Drake is big enough to go against LL, but LL probably wouldn't win because LL fans was pre-social media. And so,
God, man, you don't think LL can win?
No, he wouldn't win because most of his
underestimate.
No, hold on.
You underestimate his fan base.
Let me give my reasons why. because half of LL, probably more than half of LL fan base was before social media. And
that's true.
And
that's true.
And all of Drake's fans are on social media. You know,
that's
so
true.
So it would be LL fans wouldn't even get into the live. Drake fans are social media savvy. They would get in before LL old school fans would even get in there. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you. I see what you're saying.
Listen, man, let me tell you.
Well, at least they did bring it up. I was like,
they brought it, but LL shot it down because LL said he want an old school guy. He said he want somebody in his lane that can kind of, he said that like Ice Cube would probably be the bottom. That would be probably as low as he would go. You know what I'm saying? And Snoop probably could battle him too. I'm trying to think of somebody else older.
I don't know too many.
Let's do this.
Got a catalog. I don't know too many people got a catalog.
I just found
like
somebody.
LL.
I found somebody for Master P, but I don't think Master P would beat him. Master P and E40.
I like that.
But I don't think E40 would eat him up. He would.
Is a what to say?
But I agree with you. Master P wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. He just don't have enough commercially. He don't have enough commercially.
I don't think Master P would even. I don't think he would. I don't know what his even. He's so into selling these
noodles.
These noodles that I don't know if he's even in touch with what's going on right now. You know what I mean?
Let's try them. Let's go out. Let's go get some noodles. I'm gonna go get some noodles to try on the show tomorrow. So we're doing noodles tomorrow on the show. Anyway, maybe Scarface and Master P. Maybe.
I like that.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a battle that he might win. Maybe Scarface.
Oh, whatever, man.
Maybe Scarface. Yeah, E40 will be.
Has they asked Lil Wayne if he would get in Verzuz?
I haven't got a perspective on Lil Wayne. I haven't seen one yet. I haven't seen any conversations where Drake or Lil Wayne express interest in getting in. Usher came on. Usher came on with Swiss Beats the same time, and Usher, Swiss asked him about Chris Brown, and he played it like that's my brother, that's my little bro, that's family. He kind of gave off a scared vibe to do Chris Brown. But we already had that conversation. And so, and he don't have nothing to be scared of.
Nothing.
They asked him, who else did they ask? They asked him somebody else too. They said,
somebody was in a chat on the other day. I forgot to mention to you. Somebody was saying, why people sleeping on Bow Wow? He's got a catalog.
Well, yeah, they brought up Romeo and Bow Wow, but Romeo ain't got shit. That's not a good matchup.
I don't think he ain't got no catalog. Like, no, man, what?
Okay.
He gonna shoot 2 or 3 songs and that's it?
Okay, so we would have to do Bow Wow and maybe Omarion. We would have to do singer versus rapper. Because what they try to do, they try to keep you in your lane. They don't want to do old or younger.
But they said that the requirements is you got to have 20 songs. Unless they've changed it.
That's true. But it got to make sense too. I mean, I watch Swiss all of the time, and Swiss said it just got to make sense. Like he said, they working on Brandy Monica. He told Ray J. He said, get that popping. They also Jermaine Dupri is asking for Diddy. So, he said so they working on that too. So but let's go back to LL and Ice Cube, man. I was thinking about it. That's bigger than Instagram. You would have to take that. It would be too big. I don't. Instagram couldn't handle that. They couldn't handle that. That'll be too huge. That'll be like ridiculous.
What is LL going to combat when Ice Cube plays No Vaseline? What is he going to do?
You know what? He actually answered that when he was on. He was like, LL said this to anybody he would battle. He said, I can almost play anything after whatever you play. That's what he said. He said, no matter who I battle, he said, I can almost play anything after whatever you play. You know, which is true.
They asked him about No Vaseline?
No.
Okay.
Swiss was asking all the artists if you battled, what would be the first song that you would play? And so LL was answering that. You know, they asked, what song would you play? And LL responded. He said, with my catalog, he said, it don't matter what they play. He said, almost anything I play. He said, I could almost play anything after whatever you play in my catalog.
You know, a record of LL that a lot of people, I don't want to necessarily say they sleep on, but that 4-3-2-1,
he brought that up. He was like, what you gonna play after I play that? He brought that up. And so somebody,
dear Yvette, you know,
yeah, man, he just got so much. He would pull a Teddy Riley on somebody. He really would. You'll be like, what the fuck, man? but he's excited. He really want to do it. He just said,
who gonna call out LL though, man?
Yeah, and Cube
ain't gonna call out nobody. Cube ain't that. He ain't like that. Plus, Cube and LL are genuinely friends.
Yeah, they are. LL said that. He said, that's my dude. You know, he said, we do shows together. Matter of fact, me and you went to the show they done together. So,
okay. Shameless plug.
Yeah, no, of course. Cleveland.
All right.
I forget the year, but I think it was 15. No, it was 16.
16.
Yeah. In Cleveland. I forget the name of the damn. I don't even remember the name of that stadium. I didn't know the name of the stadium when we was there. But anyway, I knew it was off the water.
Right.
And that was when I met my dude Chuck Chillout. Man, I talk to him on Instagram all the time, man, because he an Eagles fan, and he know I'm a Cowboys fan. And he always fucking with me. Shout out to DJ Chuck Chillout, one of the pioneers of hip hop.
What about Eminem, man? They haven't talked about Eminem.
They asked LL about Eminem, and he said, "Man, that's my dude." He said I was Eminem's idol. He said once again, LL kept going back to he wants somebody that's in his lane, that's been around as long as he have. So they did ask him. They asked him about Drake because he was talking about monumental artists. You know, and so he was like, I got to have a big artist. And Swiss was just, people was commenting names as they was on live. And Swiss would see him and he would throw them at LL. You know, what do you think about Eminem? He asked him about Eminem. He asked him about Drake. And he was just like, he said, if they called him out, he said, you know, basically he was like, I ain't no punk. He said, if they called me out, he said, they qualify for me battling them. He said, but they younger than me. And so he would really want to battle somebody that's been around as long as he has. You know what I'm saying?
And that makes sense.
Right.
That's why I understand but you know, I think they're making up an excuse for Hov. I think Hov is he's getting a pass on a lot of this stuff, man. I understand he's a business guy, but you can't be doing too much right now with everything on lockdown. So you sit in that chair too, man.
I'm with Hov on that, man. Hov is the king, man. Hov is the king, man. I mean, he's the end game. You know, everybody trying to get where he's at.
The blonde head guy said he's the king.
Who?
The color hair guy. He said he's the king of New York.
No, I'm talking about the king of hip hop. I mean,
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jay-Z is the king of everything hip hop. But anyway, I don't expect Hov to do it. I don't.
I don't think Hov got a catalog that can get at L.
Probably
just hearing what he's saying. But I can understand why people want to get it.
Well, he got a 20. He do got a 20. You know.
No. He's got a 20, but LL got a 40 piece.
Yeah, I know.
Easy.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, but nah. You know, I just think that you know, and Dre might be on to something too. I think I don't expect Dre to do it.
Snoop said Dre won't do it.
Yeah. Dre said he didn't think it was for him. So I don't expect Dre and Jay-Z to do it. But Diddy, this is what Diddy do. Diddy is so marketing. I expect Diddy to do it. And the only person Diddy, if you take away Hove and Dre, the only person that Hove legitimately could battle is Jermaine Dupri. And he is. Jermaine is asking for the smoke. Jermaine, he has called out Diddy. Swiss says, I don't know why it's not happening. He said, but Jermaine Dupri is calling out Diddy. So,
but do you think it has anything to do with Andre Harrell passing away?
It could be. You know, he did admit,
because it seemed like he was more amped to do something before, you know, him passing.
Yeah, we haven't seen him a lot on social media ever since Andre passed, but I don't think he really. I don't think he felt that, you know, that much. I don't think he felt that. I'm gonna say. I don't think he felt.
Come on, man.
Like
the guy gave him his first.
I know, but he also fired him too. You know, and when he fired. You know, so because of that,
you keep bringing that point up.
Yeah, though. Because I don't think, you know, I don't know, man. If you, I don't think but then again, if he wouldn't have fired him, I don't think we would have the P Diddy that we got today. Because when you get fired, when you get fired, or somebody laughs.
But his reason was sound. The reason why he said he fired him. He said, "Look, man," he said he was just too content, and I needed to light a fire up under him so he can go and do his own thing.
Yeah, he was doing too much.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, he was doing too much. But anyway, yeah, so just to wrap up the versus battle, so this is what, going forward, I want to, okay, first of all, I don't expect Jay-Z to do it. I don't expect Dre to do it. I do want to see, I don't think the Buster Snoop one, they got to find somebody else for Snoop. I think maybe Snoop and DMX would be a good one. They also threw out Jagged Edge versus 112. Don't nobody want to see that bullshit. 112 ain't got enough. I mean, let's talk about that right quick. Jagged Edge, they was throwing out Jagged Edge versus 112. That might happen.
A group? Group?
Yeah, they want to do groups. I don't think 112.
How are they going to get them all on? They're going to do a Zoom?
No, they probably going. Oh, I mean, people can travel now, so people traveling now, so they probably can get everybody in one room. But forget that. I mean, what do you think about that matchup? I don't think that's a good matchup, man.
I don't think
112 got enough.
I don't think they do. Shoot, I don't think they got a 10-piece.
No, hell no, man. What you got? What you got? Peaches and cream and all that I do.
I don't know. They're gonna probably play a whole bunch of. They're gonna probably play a whole bunch of underground stuff. You know, maybe stuff that was in the A that was tough, but
let's go.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to get a, okay. All right. Just continuing on what I would like to see. I expect to see Jermaine and Diddy. And I expect to see Ice Cube versus LL.
I know why Jermaine want to get out.
Oh yeah.
He want to bust that catalog out so bad.
Well, he's been a part out of all. I think Jermaine Dupri had a song in all of the battles, except for maybe Erica and Jill. I think he didn't have a song in all of the battles.
Okay.
So has Pharrell and so has Kanye probably. And had a song in all of the battles. But anyway, and I think
Pharrell hasn't said about getting in it.
They haven't heard from Pharrell, but and for me, yeah, and I don't think Kanye West to do it either. I mean, he up to $3 billion now. I don't think he would do it.
I don't think he got enough in the chamber to go and get
Kanye.
Nah.
Well, but he's a producer, so
right.
no. That to me that don't make sense.
But Kanye and
Pharrell,
that's tasty.
Yeah,
that's tasty.
Kanye, you gotta Kanye, Pharrell, Diddy, and Jermaine Dupri.
I like that.
That's the only tasty. Four. That's the only four. That's probably the only four that from the same era that I think.
Now don't defecate on his name, but you don't think that Rodney Jerkins is formidable? He has some hits, man.
Yeah, he got some, but he's not in the realm. He's not in the realm. He's not in the realm.
I know he's not in that. I know, but if you're gonna have some of the other people that went, Dream and all those guys, I mean, come on. Rodney Jerkins, he's got some hits. I mean, hell, you found out a lot of songs about another producer that you was like, what this guy got? We don't know. And then you kind of find out this guy got some hits. So,
well, let me say this. Don't nobody want to see Rodney Jerkins. See, because the people, Swiss say this all of the time. The people got to want it. The people got to want to see it. And his name ain't coming up. So don't nobody want to see that. Don't nobody want to see that. Well,
I got you. Like I was asking you, do you know enough about him to say, hey, the people sleep on him a little bit?
No, I don't. You know what?
Okay.
I don't think they should have done Boy Wonder and Hit Boy. They young producers. They like 25 years old. What made them do them two?
Because I could see variety. I could see what they're trying to do. I see variety.
Yeah.
Let the young bulls get out there.
Okay.
You don't want to alienate. You know what I mean? Come on.
Right.
I see that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Right? Okay. Continuing with mine. I haven't. Maybe Snoop and Ja Rule might make sense. Maybe 50 Cent and Snoop. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. I don't think 50 Cent got enough for Snoop either. But
we've already went down that lane.
Yeah, we did.
We already know.
Yeah, we did.
Snoop got to go against somebody. Now that LL just put that in my head, you got to at least. Definitely got to have a 20 piece with another 5 to spare. Basically,
you know who getting disrespected during all of this because they did ask LL about battling Nas. And so LL he said that don't make sense. He said me and Nas are two different rappers. He said you need to pair Nas with somebody with a pen game that's known for having a pen game. He said Nas is a storyteller, and he said I think you need to pair him with somebody that's a storyteller. He said I'm aggressive. He said I'm in your face. He said I'm a battle rapper, and he said Nas ain't that. So he said he wouldn't want to battle Nas because they just in two different lanes. But Nas don't have enough, and so Nas is getting disrespected in all this because Nas falls under the same situation as Master P. Master P fans are underground hood thug fans, and Nas fans are they like the true hip hop heads. They like them. The people that get into lyrics, man. I don't care what nobody say about hip hop, but the beat is the most important thing. When most people buy a song because of the beat, they don't buy it because of the lyrics. Mm-hmm. As a DJ, we don't play songs because the lyrics was dope. We play songs because the beat was fire.
But don't you think if you're going to bring that argument, don't you think KRS-One is being disrespected?
Oh yeah, he is. All of those dudes with a pit like Rakim, You know, but Rakim don't have enough. Rakim don't have enough.
I was just about to say that, I love Rakim.
You could put.
I don't think he got enough. I don't think
you could put.
I think he got 10. I think he's got 10.
Yeah, maybe, he got 10.
Maybe 12. I don't know if he's got that 15 though.
Okay, put Rakim against because Big Daddy Kane got a problem with Rakim. You know, I mean I don't think Big Daddy got a 20 in him. But I would if you're gonna break it down and have a secondary verse with your fire 10s, you could put all of them in there. But they're talking about, and they emphasized, for what I heard, Trav, 20. Yeah. They said don't talk to them unless they got 20. Right. Which is lightweight disrespectful because you going but am I right? Because you're gonna leave out some artists that had some major contributions to hip hop, like Nas. That's like asking somebody who's knocking on the door for Hall of Fame versus somebody who's in the Hall of Fame. Are you the Hall of Very Good versus the Hall of Fame? It's the same thing, you know. I mean. Yeah, come on, Trav. Come on. But okay, but listen to this. Okay, so people, now if you just think about overall hip hop, you know, thinking about overall hip hop, man. So you saying in overall hip hop that you would rather see Little John versus T-Pain over Nas versus, like, say, Rakim. You know, now that kind of sound blasphemous, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like that's why I can't get into. That's why. Well, I'm not gonna make that statement. I shit on him enough as it is. But let me say this. Let me say this, man.
You do, man.
Let me say this, man.
What's that? What's that, man?
It's all about the beat, man. You know what? It's all about the beat sells the records, man. I'm sorry to. Listen, I love Nas. Man. I love to hear him rap.
First of all, we don't even know if he wants to get in it. Has he even said he would get in?
Well, he hasn't brought it up, but ain't nobody bringing his name up anyway. You know, ain't nobody bringing his name up. Ain't nobody bringing up his name. Ain't nobody bringing up Master P name. Ain't nobody bringing up Rakim name. You know, because
Trav, my feed is crazy. They said have Soulja Boy go up against him. I thought that was too funny. Well, go ahead, man.
You know what? If you put Soulja Boy up against Nas, Soulja Boy would win because he got more popular songs than Nas. He probably would win. Man. You know.
Oh my God.
Because
that's your dude, man.
I know that's my dude.
Nas is your guy, man.
My brother Anthony says Nas versus Rakim.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I thought it.
I like that. They both similar in the same style range,
but they couldn't do 20. They couldn't do 20 though.
That's what I was getting ready to say. They're gonna have to go for a top 10.
Yeah, Your aunt, man, Nas and Rakim, they don't have a 20, man. They don't meet the qualifications. You know, you gotta have a 20. You know, but maybe that'll be a good match for them because they probably got a 10. So they'll give us that first 10, and then
if you say they want to mix a whole bunch of B songs,
they would have to. They would have to. Okay, do Nas and Rakim, you know, give us fire. But see, but the second half of the show would be boring because they would play songs that the masses don't know, and so they would lose people. So
he played that ether. He ain't gonna lose nobody.
No. But that ether would be in his first 10. But but you would get into your second 10 if they played all their best tracks in the first 10. If they both played their best tracks in the first 10, then they would have to space their shit out. For Nas and Rakim to pull off a successful versus, they would have to scatter their catalog. You know, like they 10, they would have to scatter them. You know, and maybe they would have to plan it out.
So Jim from the 313, what's up, Jim?
What up, Jim?
He says Marley Marl is being very disrespected when you talk about producers. Do you agree, Trav? Marley Marl?
Is Marley Marl being disrespected? Okay, here's the deal on Marley Marl.
Dun 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 dun.
My brother says, okay, so have a tag team match with 4 artists that don't have 20 hard. My brother Anthony said that. Where's my buzzard at for Ant? Nah, Ant. Don't nobody want to see that, man. He's a tag team. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, nah, man, that's not gonna work, man. You know what? But I think people would enjoy seeing them. To me, you know what? Honestly, RZA and Premier didn't really have a 20. I mean, to be honest with you, they really didn't have a 20. So it would be similar. I think Rakim and Nas battle would be similar to RZA and Premier.
I like that though. Me personally, being a hip hop head,
yeah, I would like to see that.
I like the young bull versus the older bull. I like that. I like that.
I don't like that. I don't like that. You saying Nas and Rakim is young boy and old boy? They the same age.
What about Season? No, Nas is younger than Rakim. Stop that.
Listen, Nas is 49, 50, and Rakim is like 52, maybe. See, they within range. Now, if you talking like Drake, Drake or Wale, that's different.
My point being is their styles are so similar to the point where I could see that matchup. I could see that. That's something I could see. Busta Rhymes, KRS-One, I could see that. Look at the high energy styles. They're both from high energy. They're both high energy.
No, but I would rather see.
But let's transition back to Jim's question. Do you think Marley Marl is being disrespected?
Let me see.
About being a producer, because he has worked with everybody.
Master
Roxanne Shonda, Master
once
Ace,
again,
Big Daddy Kane.
I think Marley Marl falls into the category with Master P. He done some classic songs that didn't do well. You know what I'm saying? I don't commercially Marley Marl don't have enough commercially, because the equation here is you got to have somebody that's social media relevant as well. You know what I'm saying? See, the person has to be social media relevant as well. I would say Master P is more than Marley Marl.
But a lot of these artists wouldn't be who they are today without Marl.
I know, but it has to be entertaining for people, for the social media crowd today.
The point of which, and I'm not arguing for Jim, but what I'm saying is, if there's a Jim out there who's singular on our thing, that means there's some New Yorkers in that band that's going to say, yeah, Marley Marl. Why not?
My brother said that Nas is 46 and Rakim is 52. I think that's close enough.
Yeah.
That's close.
Say roll with it.
Okay, that's close. Okay, but here's the deal. Once again, to answer Jim's question, it ain't nobody checking for Marley Marl. See,
I knew it.
Yeah,
that's the classic.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted. I knew you.
That's important. That has to be.
That's what they wanted.
That's a factor. That's a factor in making the battles. The people gotta want to see it. Rakim Nas, Rakim Nas, I think they would want to see that. I think they.
So is that your way? Is that your way of defecating on?
No, I'm not. I'm not defecating, but I'm just. My opinions is based off of what I hear Swiss and Tim talk about.
Okay.
And one thing they emphasize is that the people gotta want it. And the people, The people is social media people. You got to think. Marley Marl, Anthony, check on Marley Marl. Marley Marl got to be about 60 years old. Ain't nobody checking for him. Listen, man, he a pioneer. He laid the groundwork. I mean, he get those props. Hip hop heads would love to see him. We would love to see him do a celebration because that's what it would have to be with him. It wouldn't be a battle.
So would you put it like in a nostalgia like category, like for nostalgia?
No, because they don't play that. They don't play that, man. They okay. Listen, what it's about, the people has to want it. The people has to want it. Listen,
I'm with you on that. That's why somebody just wanted to know.
Okay.
I know I haven't thought about Marley Marl until somebody brought it up. I was like, damn, I said we haven't talked about Marley Marl. You think well, let me ask you this question. Do you think he meet the qualifications?
Well, yeah. You know what? Depending on who he would go up against, I mean, because I think the 20 thing, we gotta throw it out, man. I think anybody could play. Marley, of course, could play a 20. It would really depend.
Roxanne, I mean, he's got Roxanne. He's got, I mean, the Big Daddy Kane, Master Ace.
You know what? Let me give you a better matchup. Let me give you a better matchup. Let's do Rick Rubin from Def Jam and Marley Marl. That'll be dope. Think about all them Run DMCs, Jazzy J. Yeah, my brother Ant says that Marley Marl is 57. So ain't nobody he's older, so the people ain't looking for going back to Premier and RZA. RZA is RZA and Wu-Tang, they icons, man. I mean, they iconic.
Not in your book, though.
No, but I know they are. I'm not a Wu-Tang fan, but I know they iconic. Right. Because a lot of popular shows they reference Wu-Tang Clan. A lot of white folks love Wu-Tang Clan, man. I mean, they and Premier too. Premier, they know who Premier is too. So if you a hip hop head, you know who Premier is. So that was a good matchup. Now when you get into Marley Marl, if you threw him against Rick Rubin, that would be a good matchup. I think that's a fair. Rick Rubin probably in the 60-something range as well. So I think that would be a good matchup. That would be a good matchup, man.
Trav.
Yeah.
Trav.
What up?
Right now, calling in on the phone, impromptu. Big Phil from Digital Underground. What's up, Philly Phil?
What's going on, baby?
What's up, Chris? What it do, man? Oh my God! You must have heard our conversation piece, man, and called in, huh?
Man, I couldn't help but call in, baby, because look, man. Look, first of all, man, I did the conversation, the discussion was having. You really can't compare a lot of, it's all luck. But when it comes to Marley Marl, man, this is one thing you understand, man. When it comes to Marley Marl, this dude's a genius. You know what I'm saying? Marley Marl, if it weren't for Marley Marl, man, a lot of this hip hop wouldn't even be hip hop right now. Marley Marl, man, I'm just gonna name one track. Mama Said Knock You Out. That was the hottest song for that whole year. Single-handedly, man, that's just one song. Marley Marl a genius, man. Come on, man. Like Marley Marl, the man. This is what a lot of dudes, everybody y'all talking about, what else they do. So, when it comes to commercial shit, you can't compare commercial shit to real hip hop. There's no comparison, period. Commercial gonna always get the most play. It's gonna get the most likes because it's commercial. That's your who y'all was talking about. That's your Master P's and your Soldier Boys and all them dudes is commercial, man. So naturally, when you bring up versus, this dude versus that dude, it's gonna always be the commercial shit.
Right,
always.
Right.
Underground ain't hot no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Rakim And Big Daddy Kane, that ain't even no comparison. Big Daddy Kane fell off in 92 after Juice. After the movie Juice, he was over with. Rakim still kept making hits, man. I ain't even know, that's not even a competition. You know, Big Daddy Kane fell off into the sexual shit, sexual chocolate, all that old dumb shit. So he killed his own career. But look, you know, then nobody, you know, real hood niggas ain't gonna talk about that shit. That's why Rakim always wins that discussion. As far as percentage-wise, you're gonna have more dudes saying Rakim than Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane, man, he started doing, you know, he just ain't stick to his roots, man. You know, that's how it be in this rap game, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, me being just underground, man, I toured, you know, I met a lot of cats, I watched dudes rise and fall, and that's what it be, man. It be the fame and the money. Some dudes know how to handle it, some don't. Some take the right path, some people stay on the path of hip hop. They don't want to change. You know what I'm saying? They like the root, they like the hardcore hip hop. They don't want to go that commercial rap. But you know, a lot of people come at these dudes. Rakim, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I know for a fact, I'm in Money D telling me that Shock G had a deal with Budweiser back in like the first year when Humpty Dance blew up. You know what I'm saying? And Shock didn't take it. He said, "No, I'm cool, man. I don't do no commercials." They wanted him to be Humpty Hump drinking a Budweiser. I forgot to tell you about that, cuz. And he turned it down. And you know, I was young, like, nah, wow, we was. I was like, why the fuck, Shock? You know, I went to his crib and was like, Shock, you didn't take that? He was like, nah, man, I didn't take that. You know, I don't want to do that. And it just blew my wig, man. Like, wow, they offered me. He said, no, I'm cool. You know, that's when it comes to a lot of these other rappers, man. You know, a lot of these dudes, they'll snatch that shit, real, especially them niggas in the South. They'll snatch that shit back. They don't give a fuck. They're all about the money. You know, it ain't about the money. Sometimes it's the culture, man. And Rakim is about the. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Did y'all know Rakim played the drums in the song Juice?
No. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Rakim played the drums on that song, man. See, a lot of people don't ever say something about Rakim.
You're talking about Close to the Edge, right? The song Close to the Edge? Yeah.
No, the ledge. Yeah. And Rakim played the drums. He said he could never find a sample, you know, for that beat, because he was so studied on the rhyme. He was writing rhyme for it. So when he went to the studio to record, he said, damn, man, I can't find nothing. He said he looked and seen a set of drums. Said,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Okay, since we got you on here, what do you think about a versus battle, LL versus Ice Cube?
LL versus who?
LL versus Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Oh no! Cut it out! Knock it off! No, for real though.
You don't think that'd be a good battle? You don't think that'd be a good battle?
Ice Cube
and you know you like both of them, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Like I really looked up to a lot of these cats y'all talking about. And Ice Cube and LL. Wow.
That'd be epic.
LL got that hands down. But you know why?
Yeah.
Well, why? Not because he's harder, but because LL got a shitload of commercial songs.
Yeah.
Commercial shit.
Yeah, we already covered that. Yeah, we thought the same thing. We thought that it would be a good battle. We thought they both got a good 20. We think they both, but it would the fans would win. The fans would win that one. The fans will win that one.
Commercial, man. Commercial and hardcore hip hop and shit like that. That's what this shit is, man. Cause, you know, I'll be on Instagram a lot, man, and I'll be watching these verses, man, and you know, that's why it's so much R&B against R&B, or it's very rare. It's very few rap dudes going against each other because you got too many hardcore hip hop cats. You know what I'm saying? And they're not doing that. They're just doing all these commercial niggas. Like,
well, because Yeah,
they both did a lot of commercial shit.
See, and that's what I've been saying the whole show. The Verzuz battle is all about social media. That's why ain't nobody checking for Marley Marl, because he wasn't around. He wasn't around. Yeah, he wasn't around for the social media era. So it's people that's, you got to be relevant. You got to have some relevance to now. You got to have some relevance to now. The people got to want to see it. That's the first criteria of getting in Verzuz. Right. The people got to want to see it. And
you got to have a 20-piece.
Well, but the first thing is the people got to call for it. The people got to want to see it. And don't nobody want to see Marley Marl. We love him, hip hop pioneer, but ain't nobody checking for him, man. Don't nobody want to see him. I said if we did, I think a good matchup would be him and Rick Rubin from Run DMC and BC Boys, but don't nobody want to see that, man. Don't nobody want to see that. You know,
I do
too. But the masses.
It's our new Marley catalog.
Oh yeah, that's what Darnell just said. Yeah, Marley Marl.
Man, that dude's catalog is unbelievable, man.
But the problem. Listen, the problem with Marley Marl catalog is that it didn't make no money. It didn't make no money. He don't have Marley Marl.
Well, at that time, made a shitload of money to represent.
Well, I mean, maybe so, but
hell yeah. Listen to me though. This with Mama said knock you out, man. He killed a lot of niggas' career. He killed a lot of niggas' bank account. This was that right now today. He's still sitting right now in today.
Mama said
knock you out. Knock you out, bro. Lord have mercy.
Mama said knock
dude,
you
the
out.
The man that's thinking rich. Look, he could do check out my melody. That went platinum in 80 seconds. Dude, this dude is stinking rich, man. He's stinking rich. Marley Marl is falling so hard. He produced all this marquee shit.
Okay. All right. I just pulled up the numbers. I just pulled up the numbers on Mama Said Knock You Out.
Yeah.
And it only went gold. It only went gold. It only went
more than that.
Yeah, as of January 2020, it only went gold. It was number one. It was number one on the on the rap charts. It was number one on the rap charts. And it was number 17 on the billboards.
That should be inaccurate.
Well, this is on the Wikipedia as of January 2020. So this is as of 5 months ago. This is accurate as of 5 months ago. So according to Wikipedia. So
right.
But
you know why I say that's inaccurate? Because a lot of that shit they say what sells and don't sell is all bullshit, because the Dog Pound, everybody thought that album, the Dog Pound first album flopped. Them niggas sold 2 million copies.
Exactly.
So that's
exactly. We know that.
That should be false. It'd be false.
We
niggas sold 2 million copies.
Listen, man, we West Coast fans, so we know that.
Yeah, but see, a lot of people don't know that. They put out rumors that them niggas ain't even still like that, but they did.
According to Celebrity Network,
so,
Marley
when
Marl
are we going to get the exclusive between you, Man, Shot, and the whole digital underground, man? When we going to get y'all on the podcast?
That's right.
Or do we have to do y'all incrementally? I mean, the first piece is there. I'm so glad you called, man, because we've been trying to get, I don't want to just pull out my favorites. Mun's family, I could make that call, but I just want to see about making y'all, come together, man. And we wanted that epic call, but I know Shock G is kind of busy, you know what I'm saying? But we would love to have the whole digital on there because we want to hear so many stories, man. I think, I don't know how Trash feels, but I think Shock G is underrated as a producer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. You know what's crazy? This is what a lot of people don't know about the music shit, man. Look, you gotta understand. couldn't download shit. So I'm telling you, people, these niggas sold more records than what motherfuckers saying. I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. I toured with a lot of these dudes. I met a lot of these cats on the producers everything. I only met certain people so many times. I didn't meet a lot of motherfuckers like on a frequent basis because you know me, because I didn't tour all the time. I was in the streets doing dumbass shit. But
I tell you what, right quick, give us a Tupac story, man. Tell us about the first time you met Tupac.
Oh wow, y'all want to hear it?
Yeah, give us a.
Come on with the Tupac
Listen. We got to flex.
Come on, give us an exclusive on the Big Traffic Q show.
That's right.
Come on.
Listen, we got to flex. We got to flex on the show, man. We about to hear a Tupac story for everybody that's watching and listening. Go ahead, give us how you met Tupac.
You know what? I'm gonna give y'all. I'm not gonna do no fucked up stories, man, because you know my man in here. Defend yourself, man, and you know, and my cousin to tell you, man, I always do some wild shit like that. But I'm gonna give y'all a good story about Pac, man. When I first met Tupac, this is some wild shit. Now I'm staying in Berkeley on 63rd Street. It's a borderline between Berkeley and Oakland.
That's Berkeley, California, for those who are listening. Go ahead.
No doubt. And I first met him, man. This is some wild shit. Me and my nigga Dash one go to Money B house. Now Money B stayed right across the street from me. His mama house. My Aunt Charlene stayed across the street, like directly across the street is Banana. So me and my nigga Dash, aka Super, we go over there and Tupac over there, right? He was in a rap group though at the time. And so we meet all his partners and shit, man. We kicking it, you know, we shake hands and this and that. Make a long story short, I met him a week later. He came by himself though. So me and my nigga Super, man, we was like, man, look, we about to go to the store and get support. And then my nigga Super was like, look, I got these hoes. I got these bitches on 62nd. We gonna stop there and try to get at these hoes. Get these hoes. They stayed in a group home, right? It was a group home directly around the corner on 62nd. We on 63rd. There's a group home on 62nd, and it's a female. It's all girls group home. And right directly across the street from the group home is a liquor store, it's Banana. So we getting at the bitches, right? So he you know, it was all about beefers here. So he beat these bitches. They beat him and shit. We start walking. We get around here. We get to the group home, the bitch at the window, waiting on my nigga Super. So when we get there, the chick at the window, so we hollering at her and shit. Tupac was geeked up too. Oh man, we got the fucking hoes, all this shit, right? This crazy, man. And he goes to the window, and he tell my man Super, say, "Here's my partner's up," right? So she said, "Okay, I'm about to go get one of my girls." So she went and got one of those girls. He comes to the window. And he said, "What's up?" And she said, "Ooh, she like your friend right there, right?" And so Tupac was like, "Who, me?" And she's like, "No, him, the light skinned dude." So you know me because I'm geek. So I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's what's up." So he said, "What about my other partner?" So she said, "Hold on, let me get another one of my friends. I gotta wake her up. Y'all got to be quiet, right? We don't want to wake up my counselors or some shit." She said. So she left. She comes back. You get the bitch, right? The girl comes to the window and say, the girl say, "Oh, I don't like him." Right? Talking about Tupac. he asked the goddamn, he sold the fuck up. Fuck you, bitch. What the fuck she talking about, y'all? This bitch don't want to get with me. Fuck you in, bitch. That's why you locked up, bitch. I mean, he just sold out, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, now we from Oakland. And I'm like, what the fuck? I look at my nigga Super like, what the fuck wrong with this nigga, man? Like, this nigga clowning. The light put on. The counselors woke up. He yelling and screaming, man. We had to grab this nigga and walk this nigga to the liquor store. He fucked up all the pussy that night. Tupac fucked it up. Now, mind you, he just got Adrian just signed. Feel me? So he signed him as a solo artist. He didn't sign his group. You know, so it was just crazy, man. I was like, this nigga's a clown. You know, this nigga's a clown. So I'm on the project, but I was like, this nigga's a clown. I was like, this nigga's a clown, man. So he fucked that up. We like, Tupac, man, we don't do that shit like that out here, man. You just fucked up everything, nigga. You just woke up the counselors and shit. He like, man, fuck that shit, man. That's just distance. Wow. And I'm like, wow, this nigga's a clown.
So let me.
That's one incident that I can tell you about Tupac, man.
Tell them about the kiss me and the kiss me back video incident, real quick.
Oh, okay. Now here's another one. But every story I tell you, it's gonna be him throwing his ass. I'm just letting y'all know, man.
Okay.
You know, this is classic stories, man. And everybody in the group, Saphir, everybody will tell you, like, we was all there. We did Kiss Me Back video for like 3 days. So we in San Francisco, right? It's me, Tupac, and my man Super again. Everybody I'm naming, man, is from Digital on the crowd. So big, man. We in San Francisco. We at the BART station, and we filming this shit. Now, mind you, Tupac album ain't out yet. Tupac Lives Now, but he got a gang of them stickers, and you know them kind of stickers that you stick on your car window.
Yeah,
they look backwards, so you put it on the window so you can read it.
Right.
He had a gang of them bitches printed up, man, like 300 of them, some stupid shit. And he was putting them on everything, poles, people's cars, all that shit, right? So he street teamed his whole shit. So there was a police officer, a female. I never forget this day, man. It was Saturday. We in Frisco. If you watch the video, you'll see it. It's Kiss Me Back video. So Tupac, he said, "Man, I'm about to put this on this police bitch back." I said, man, Pac, man, I wouldn't do that, man. That's some wild shit, man. Police don't play touching them and shit. He was like, "No, man, I got it right. Still, I'm gonna make sure this shit right." I said, "Okay." So we walking and shit, man, because we had a break on filming. Tupac walk up to the chick. Now this is crazy. He walk up to the female and say, "Excuse me, officer." And when he said that, he patted her on the back and put the sticker on it. So we not knowing another officer is like right across the way watching her because she's a female. So he radioed in on. He was like, "One of those guys just put something on your back." Right? Y'all. So the chick was like, "Oh shit, freeze, don't move, none of y'all move." Right? I threw my hands in the air. Super threw his hands in the air. Pop was like, "What the fuck you pulling your gun for, bitch?" I called her a bitch and all that, man. I'm telling you, man, he was a clown. So anyway, man, to make a long story short, he walked away. The chick following him. So we was like, cool. We walking like, I said, man, I told that nigga don't do that shit. The police told Shock G, if y'all don't get him out of here, we gonna shut the video down, filming and everything. Y'all gotta go. Right? So more police came. Tupac started spitting in their face. He been doing that. He been doing the spitting shit. He started spitting in the police face, man, and showing out. So they heard Shock said, "Man, Pac, hurry up and do your shit." There was this freak ass bitch, my homeboy Super. This is funny, y'all. Super's girl he was fucking with was the one kissing Pac and Kiss Me Back video. You know what I'm saying? That was his bitch. And he told her, "Yeah, kiss my man," and all that shit. I'm telling you, man, we some players, nigga. But yeah, man, that's the story about Tupac, man. When he put a Tupac Lives Now sticker on the police lady's back, and got caught and showed his ass on the Kiss Me and I Kiss You Back video set. I mean, I got 1,000 of them, man. This dude was filthy. You know what I'm saying? He was a real cool dude, man. I don't know what to say about Tupac, man, but he not here no more. You know, I thought he was gonna get killed earlier years, man, because he used to do some real silly shit. For real, man. And, you know, I had love for my man. We even fell out. We fell out, man, but prior to that shit, man, that was my dude. Like, we had real good times. He done some real clown-ass shit. I can go on and on with stories about Tupac. A lot of people can't.
Real quickly, because break down the whole digital, aspect, because most people always look at Shock and Mun, but break down the whole dynamic of the group itself real quickly so people can be up on that real quick.
You know what it is, man? I'm gonna tell you like this. Digital Underground consists of, we was the first Wu-Tang of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like Wu-Tang, everybody knows, like, they're like, wow, Wu-Tang is shit, man. They all, you know, broke individual MCs and this. We did that first. That's what Digital Underground was. Everybody didn't get to come out. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, it's a lot of personal shit involved, man. But, you know, I don't want to talk about that shit, but as far as Digital Underground go, Digital Underground consists of a lot of rappers. A lot of people know in the hip-hop game, they know. You got me and Super as the company. He's called the company. You got Saphir. He's a solo artist.
Now, Saphir was in the movie Minister Society. Yeah.
Yep.
Trav, would you know the guy that got killed when he was like, I'm not going out like that, and he got shot in the head?
Right.
That was Saphir. That's what he's talking
about. Oh, yeah, that was my dude. I ain't going on like Willie Lump Lump.
Right. Yeah. So he was a part of Digital as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my man. He Digital Underground, man. He's straight up Digital Underground. Digital Underground consisted of a lot of artists, solo artists, and groups inside of a group. You know what I'm saying? Digital Underground was like Wu-Tang is now. I want to say they might have got that idea from us, because that's what Digital Underground was. Digital Underground was a group, but it was a group of different individuals with their own shit.
So let me ask you this. So would Digital Underground do a versus battle against Wu-Tang Clan?
Wow, no, I don't think so, man.
Y'all wouldn't do that? Y'all wouldn't do that?
You know why I would say yeah? Because what Shock G produced, they still playing on the radio mainstream. They not playing shit from Wu-Tang mainstream.
Right.
Well, you could make an argument about Cream, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but you won't hear Cream. You might hear it in a mix on Sirius Radio on the you know all that shit.
And Humpty Dance is bigger than anything that Wu-Tang done.
Oh my God! I wish we had enough time for you to tell. I wish we had enough time for you to tell that story about Digital and how that all started. How the whole. Oh my God! The viewers will love that story. Yeah, they will love that.
That story is a bad motherfucker, because Money B and my man Super and my homeboy Dave, aka DJ Fuse, they was a group, right? But then,
audio too.
They was a group, man, and Shock G came through one day, man, because Money B and them lost at a talent show in Frisco, and that's where they met Shock G. Shock G just happened to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, man, because after that, man, he came through on 63rd Street. Money B called me and shit, was like, Phil, come through, come meet this weird ass dude we met in Frisco. I was like, all right. He was like, come over here and laugh, man. He go, you cracking up. I said, all right, I'm about to come through, nigga. So me and Super come through there, man. We get out shit. We bounce through there and shit. This nigga had on a trench coat, gym shoes with some boxing tassels.
That's crazy.
Him on there, man. I was like, this nigga's crazy. So, but and then he had on a beret with the trench coat, right? So the trench coat, he had the trench coat on and had like hella buttons. You remember back then, man, niggas wore buttons and shit, like Bobby Brown buttons, all that kind of shit.
Right,
he didn't have those. He had like other shit, like white boy shit, rule rally, racing flag buttons and all that shit. Then he had them on his beret too. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
That's how they did it. But the nigga, he had his keyboard there. I didn't know he brought it. So, we went and got some 40s. That's why I keep telling y'all about me and Tupac and all us went to the liquor store. We was going to get some 40s. Back then, niggas drank 40s. Fuck some liquor.
Right.
So, we going to get some 40s, man. That nigga Shock G was like, give me a Colt 45. I was like, damn, this nigga old. This nigga don't want an 8 ball. This nigga want a Colt 45. So damn, man, we get him a Colt 45, man, and you know, to make a long story short, we come back, man, the nigga whip out his keyboard. Right? And I was like, I looked at Super like this nigga got a keyboard. Fuck you gotta do with that. And he started playing. And I was just like, wow, this nigga dope. You know, then he played one of his singles, Underwater Rhymes, and I was just like, okay, that's okay. It's, you know, it's cool. I mean, you know, I like the funk in it because he used a lot of George Clinton. And I was just like, wow, man, because when no groups, a lot of groups weren't using George Clinton like that. They was using Zap, you know, and Roger and all that shit, but not George Clinton. Shock is the creator of using the George Clinton shit, man. He was even so dope he started doing it on his own. But yeah, man, that's how we met, man. And I didn't know he had a deal with Atrian, who was NWA road manager, man. And we met that dude in Frisco. I was there. Like everything, man, is bananas, man. It's historical how everything. I ended up going to prison, man, for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But the group always stayed in touch with me. When I got out, we did some hits. They not even out yet, man. You know, and I don't know what's going on. I can't do shit unless everybody agree on it and all this shit. But we got smashes. This is on the ground, man. Like it's real shit.
For sure. Okay.
G got some bangers, man. Just I get around. Blowing a lot of niggas out because they gonna play it every year. Them niggas get $1.5 million every year. I get around.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't even know he produced that beat. That's dope, man. That's what's up. That's
Shock G.
That's dope.
Not even that one and There's So Many Tears. That's Shock G.
Oh, really? Shock G done that? That's my song. Oh,
man, if you wasn't on that all the time, man, we would have loved to have a whole hour and a half with you, man.
Oh, that's dope,
we gotta get you back on the podcast, cause we definitely got you.
Them beats old as fuck. He did them beats many years before they even came out. Like
Shed So Many Tears. That's dope. That's one of my favorite songs, man. Well, check this out, man. We're gonna have to wrap this up. We're gonna have to wrap this up, Phil. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Phil from Digital Underground.
We got to get you back on, man. We got to get y'all back on, man. We got to get you, Mun, and Shock G, man, the whole digital brand, man. We want y'all to come back on. Or if you want to bless us and come back on earlier, we could give you a whole hour and just talk. Yeah, man. We want to get that West Coast vibe.
That's right.
Everybody probably be on board for it, but Shock went through this thing, man, where he not fucking around for 2 years. This was like 2 years ago. But I guess he's ready to do something in a minute. So, you know, because that's why, you know, he's been like, you know, in a different zone or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I could talk to Shock, man, and you know,
I know y'all was trying to do the digital. It's supposed to have been the digital 2020 when y'all was supposed to have been coming out and doing a tour.
Yeah,
something like that.
Shock didn't do it. Shock said it's 2 years ain't up yet. That's what he told Mun. So he said he's not fucking around. He just, you know, Shock was like going through some shit, man. Mental stage shit, you know. So he just said, fuck it. He went back to Florida and shit. That's where his pops stay at. His mama stay in New York. You know, and he went down there, man, back to Florida, man, with his peoples and shit. And that's where he been, man, doing his thing on that shit.
Okay.
So, well, we definitely want to get y'all back on the Big Trav and Q show, man. Thank you for the impromptu calling in. I've been trying to get you forever to come on the time. I've been like, Trav, I've been trying to get him on. But thanks, man.
Yeah, Trav, this my cousin. This my little cousin, man.
That's what's up, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming on, Phil, man. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all want me to get on here and speak, man.
For sure.
I got so many stories and shit, man. Y'all just let me know. I can tell y'all some shit when I first met Cypress Hill before they had a record deal. You know what I'm saying? And kicked it with us.
That's what's up.
And drove us through L.A. I seen some wild shit fucking with Be Real and Sin Dog. Really with Sin Dog. I met Be Real later, but Sin Dog was the one with us and drove us around.
That's what's up.
It's crazy as bananas, man. L.A. was crazy back in '89.
That's what's up.
We got to give us some time, man, so we could really promote it and put it on our page. When you gonna come back on and bless us, man, so we can promote it, man, and we could probably play your song, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and stuff that you've been doing.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
And
I know somebody else who will want to get on and from Digital Man, Chop Master, the one added a lot of shit in the Humpty Dance song, man, and that's my man. He's staying in North Carolina right now. He's doing his thing, and he's a secret weapon behind a lot of shit Shock did because they was together a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, y'all just let us know, man. We'll block the time and y'all just come on and y'all
for sure.
Y'all just tell us the stories, man. I mean, you guys can come on, just let us know. That way we can just let people know. That way people will know that you guys are going to be coming on and getting on us and on the podcast. That way we want to just give people enough time to hear that you guys are going to be on there and promote y'all correctly. You know, like Yo-Yo and all of them, you know, we were doing before, you know.
Oh, we can get her too. Did y'all get her yet?
Yes or no, but you know, like I said, I know we got that direct line. What I'm saying to you is we want to promote y'all exclusively. You let me know what day we're gonna promote it on all our social media websites. We're gonna promote it and let the fans know that we're gonna get, you know, Digital Underground or increments of Digital Underground on, and we're gonna just sit back and talk old school hip hop with y'all.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, hell
yeah. Cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's Phil from Digital Underground.
Safe out there.
Okay, you too. Take care.
All right, peace.
Trav, yeah. I didn't know that was going to happen, man. I didn't know
he called on his own?
Yeah, he called me. He was like,
okay, that's what's up.
Because we was talking about the Marley Marl, and I guess people was like, "Yo, what we doing?" The disrespect. I was like, "Okay, I didn't know." So
okay, right, quick, man. My brother Ant in Massachusetts, he said Wu-Tang and Foo Snickens. Right, quick. What you think? Wu-Tang and Foo Snickens.
I don't know. Do they got enough? Do they got 20?
Yeah, I don't think Foo Snickens. Foo Snickens might have a hard one. They might got a hard one.
I think you need to let him emphasize they have to have 20 hits.
Yeah.
Or 20 songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Foo Snickens might got a hard one.
It's like 100 miles and running, you know?
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay.
Hey, man, I enjoyed myself tremendously. Don't forget, man, y'all can check us out on all the social media platforms. I'm pretty sure Big Trav got us pointed all on the screen.
All on the screen.
I enjoyed myself. Make sure y'all hit us up on our YouTube page and go and subscribe and let everybody know if you love the show, you like the show. See, look at us. We get impromptu people calling in
that's what's
to the
up.
show, man. That was much love from West Coast, man. Oh my God, that just made my night. What's up with you, Trav?
Oh, I'm good, man. Yep, just like he said, hit us up on go to Instagram and follow us on Instagram. We got our numbers up, man, but we trying to get more numbers. Go to YouTube. We need subscribers on YouTube. Those are up, but we need more. And like I said, that's how we go.
You're kind of being modest about the numbers. I see you. Okay.
We up. You know, we got our numbers up, man. You know, they better than I suspected they was gonna be, but yeah, we got them numbers up. We want to continue to get them up, though. We want to continue to get them up. You know. So
I do, man.
So like I said, go hit YouTube, subscribe. Like I said, just go to YouTube, subscribe, and then leave. Once you subscribe, we got you. Same way with Instagram. Just go follow us, and that's what we need. You know, like I said, that's how we can get those Digital Underground interviews, those Yo-Yo interviews.
Bonus of half an hour, man.
Yeah.
Of an unprompted interview. We didn't even know that was going to happen.
Exactly. Okay. Yep. Until tomorrow. See ya.
All right,
bam.
It's the Big Trav and Q Show. Just another damn podcast. Now let's go. Go.
It's the Big Trav and Q Show. So what you gonna do, bro? Q was from D-Town. We chillin' in the Momo. Travis from the mud. We call it Glass City. Swoop some red bones. And they was acting shifty. It's the Big Ballin' Podcast. All the others hot trash. 6 o'clock on the dot. Better make a quick dash. All the hot topics getting played in the tropics. We picking up steam. Yo, Q, they can't stop it. Let's go.